All right, cool. So this is our last rock climbing meeting of the fall semester. Um, so we do have our sign in. If y'all wouldn't mind doing that real quick, just gives us an idea of how many people show up to these. I'm not super important if you don't. Um, for those that have not met me or have not been to any of these meetings, my name is Braden. I'm the president. So if y'all have any questions or anything, I should be able to answer it. Um, So we are going to start off today with elections. Our first one is going to be our marketing manager position. Eva was our previous marketing manager. She will be stepping down this semester. Um, the role isn't too complicated. Mainly, what a marketing manager does, they'll put posts out on Instagram, usually like summarizing any meetings that we have. They'll also like sometimes promote some of the stuff we have going on, just so people see that as well. Respond to Instagram DMs. I also help with that on occasion, just for those that reach out and have questions. Um, they're also kind of an idea guy, although like everybody in the club really is. We try to, if anybody has any ideas, like I'm open to it. I move things around for whatever we think is best. They do make the shirt design every year. We actually just ordered those, so those should be going out very soon. Um, but the shirt design also does have to be approved by the UCF athletics team. Um, but they give us a handout every year to tell us what we're allowed to do and what we're not. So it's usually nothing too bad. And yeah, and decide, what company we use to print. Um, I don't know if anybody here is interested in that position. If you are, please speak up.
I am.
Awesome. Um, do we have anybody else interested? Just for a vote?
Not really, but I am willing to help out with like t-shirts design. My girlfriend is like on the arts, like the artistic side. So Trenton, if you do get it and ever want help, I'd be willing to. Um, I just don't have the time to be like as committed, to be a leader.
That
But I'm
would be
willing to help.
that would be great. I'll leave my contact in the chat.
Heard. I'll make sure to grab that from me, and I'll send you a DM after and be like, yo, give you an introduction, say who I am and whatnot, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
I,
Thanks.
I appreciate that, guys. No, I do understand, being busy and everything. Uh,
Yeah, I'd
it
love
is
to.
a bit tough.
I'd love to.
I know, I get it. I get it. Um, but Trenton, if nobody is running against you, I believe you are our official new marketing manager.
Hey, let's go.
That was much easier.
To be, we do have occasionally where people will have to vote against each other. Um, but in cases like this, it's usually pretty easy to set up. Um, Probably what we'll do. I don't know if you have our Instagram or like in our Discord. If you just want to hit me up, I can get your contact and we can get things kind of rolling in that way. Um, Probably have you meet Eva so you get an idea of what she has done in the past.
I know Eva.
Oh,
I
perfect.
love her. So definitely will contact. My contact's also still in the chat. I gave both my Instagram and my UCF ID.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. We'll make sure to get that set up then.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Um, the other position that we have available is our secretary position, which I believe Sean is in the chat. But he mainly keeps track.
Hello.
Yep, there's Sean. Sean, do you want to talk about what your role is at all?
Uh, my role is about forming connections with other clubs, taking notes at meetings, emailing communications, stuff as like places where we have to go host events and tailgates, and also just overall just advertising the Rock Climbing Club to new and incoming students at the UCF.
Yeah. Sean is rerunning for this position. but we do still have to do a vote on it every year. So if there's anybody that would like to try and run against Sean, they are welcome to.
I don't think so.
It does not sound like it. All right. Sean, you are our secretary officially for another year.
I am so happy this has made my day. I will be getting ice cream.
Yeah, you sound so enthused.
Mm-hmm. It was a tough competition. Tough competition.
Also, happy birthday, Sean.
Oh,
Oh, big
happy
birthday.
Oh,
What?
birthday,
it is actually my 21st birthday today. Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
happy birthday.
Nice.
Big 2
Thank
1.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
right.
am so drunk right now.
Oh, I was gonna say probably getting drunk after this, but I
I was
respect
about to
it.
say, I was about to be like, no way. I was like, why is he on this meeting if it's 21st?
Well, I mean, we'll make sure to go get through this quick so you can keep having fun tonight. Um, our other thing is our upcoming tailgate. So we did have one on November 7th. Unfortunately, we were not able to get a spot in it. But our last tailgate will be, I think it's November 20th. I don't know if you can correct me if I'm wrong.
November 22nd.
22nd. Okay, the slide is correct. It's on November 22nd. I believe we are trying to get Tropical Smoothie to at this event. I know last time we had Lazy Moon. We're trying to get more catering set up for the club for stuff like this. Um, if y'all have any that you want, honestly, like we don't have ties really with anybody special, so we just hit them up and see what they're willing to do. So if y'all have anybody you want at any of these tailgates or anything, just hit us up, let us know.
Hey, a quick question about that, and I'm sorry if we're interrupting. How does the kind of the sponsorship go for? Do we just go to restaurants or like establishments and being like, what are you willing to donate? Or are we kind of like, hey, we're just like paying for it and then like we bring it kind of deal?
So usually what we do is it kind of depends on the size of the company.
Okay.
Um, some companies are willing to straight up sponsor us and we promote them,
Okay.
at events, on our general body meetings, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, I believe with Tropical Smoothie, unfortunately, we weren't able to do a full Spartan sponsorship, but we were getting a discount.
Okay.
Um, but usually we at least get a discount for stuff like this.
Do you know, like, just you can give me a ballpark on how successful that sponsorship is of being like, hey man, we would love to get the name out of this establishment, but at the same time we're college students, blah 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 blah. Is there a way we can make up a way for a shout out and money? Does that often work out, or the more of the time being like, hey, no, sorry, we're a business that works in Orlando, we need the money, and less of the spot?
Um, the so with so we've only done it with Lazy Moon and now Tropical
Okay.
Smoothie at this
Oh,
point.
okay, okay. So it's a new.
Um, it is a new thing. I do
Okay,
want to do it more often going
okay.
forward.
Well, because
Um,
I had that thought with Ellie. I thought, I think I had mentioned to her, um, about us going kind of around to different establishments in specifically like off of university kind of and
mhm.
trying to get those sponsorships kind of because like like I know it's not super lavish or anything but like that Panda Express right there that's open, like they're next to
Mhm.
UCF. It's kind of like, hey man, support us, we support you kind of deal.
Right.
I had mentioned it a bit to Ellie that we should start going around and kind of seeing what we can do, because there was also another thing that we did where we did like a fundraiser, right? Didn't we do a
Mhm.
fundraiser not too long ago?
We did one last spring, but yeah,
Last, and I
yeah.
think that's kind of what sparked this idea because Ellie and I were talking about it, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to go around these establishments and be like, hey, what are you willing to give us? It could be anything, like one sub from Subway or kind of deal, and like
Right.
you kind of do that, but like since you're so willing to compromise and work with them, a lot of these companies I feel like are like, oh fuck it, like here, take a little bit more. And I thought for the fundraising event, maybe another idea for you too when we're doing events like that where we might need multiple caterers or like multiple people, we can kind of like go out and kind of seeing who will give us what kind of deal, and kind of being like, kind of not say it to them, but the people that kind of give us more, we kind of push a little bit more for the sponsorship, um,
Right.
that kind of deal. Because rather than focusing on one, we can maybe focus on like five, get a nice mix, and then the mix also maybe attracts other people too, because it's like, holy shit, they have so many choices.
Right.
But I was
I,
just curious. I'm sorry to like derail it if
no,
I
no,
did.
no, no. Like I'm totally down to talk about this. Probably because I'll give you an answer to this right now. If you want to talk about it more later, you can hit me up and we'll like talk a little bit more.
Okay, are you
Um,
gonna be at practice on Thursday?
I will not.
Okay,
Unfortunately, I have something planned. Um,
it's okay. I can
but
DM you on Instagram.
yeah. Um, but for that, I would love to have more options. Kind of the thing I'm running into right now is unfortunately, like we have a lot of club members. Um,
Yeah.
we don't have, unfortunately, not that many active members is kind of what we're struggling with right now. Um, so a lot of the times for these events, we're not getting enough people to show up for like multiple caterings.
Mhm.
Um, I 100% would love to increase those numbers. I mean, part of the reason why we're starting to do these is to try and get more people to come out.
Yeah.
Um, but no, if our events start getting big enough for that, I would 100% love to do that.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll DM you, or like sometime you and I will FaceTime and have a conversation, because I also agree with that of being like we do have a lot of members, but not a lot of active members. I've
Right.
been curious of being like, how can we increase that? Now, it entirely isn't our fault. The cap limit at RWC Towers is a big one. Like, there's some people in this climbing club that I know that I've never actually seen climb at RWC because they just can't ever get in.
Right.
Uh, and I know like Blue Swan and all those people are, their businesses and they're somewhat semi-new businesses.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll kind of chat around. The same thing is, are we still having the same treasure for? Is Kevin still going to be treasure? Or are we getting?
Uh, yeah, Kevin is still our treasurer.
Okay.
That one, I believe Kevin is here. Kevin was here. Yeah, Kevin's still our treasurer.
Okay.
But yeah, we hit me up at least on like the club's Instagram, and I'll make sure
Okay.
to
All right.
answer.
All right. I'll shoot you that text then.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So our next thing is our USAC competitions. So these are our national competitions. We do have a comp team. These are what a lot of the people at High Point are training for is for these comps. But this is where at the end of spring semester, we get to, I think we typically go to Georgia for the regionals comp, and then if you do well enough in that, you go to nationals. We try to support y'all as much as we can for stuff like this. Normally, they will have a competition in Florida that you can participate in. All you have to do is participate in the comp, and then you automatically get a spot in regionals. Unfortunately, they have not posted any in Florida. So, you can scan this, see if there's any in the Southeast area. There will also be competitions in the spring to register for this. So if you're worried at all about time, there is more time and hopefully they'll have one then. Unfortunately, they post these super late. They do not give us a whole lot of notice, so we just try and put it out there as much as we can. Um, but yeah, if there's no question on this, I will continue. So we also have our Blanchard Park cleanup that's coming up this Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 12, just a 1 hour thing. We are giving out Blue Swan Day passes to whoever shows up to this. Um, Doing stuff like this, we've said it before in other meetings, but this helps give funding to the club, allows us to set up more things like caterings, allows us to sponsor y'all for competitions. Um, but yeah, we partner with Blue Swan so that those that show up will get day passes. It's a good time, collect trash, hang out with people. It's only for an hour. Um, it's pretty chill. I try to set up in the morning so it wouldn't be too hot. But if you can show up to this, please do. I believe I posted the exact location of where we're meeting in the Discord. I'll probably repost that uh, further closer to the date. Um, but yeah, there's no questions about that. I will continue. And our last thing for this meeting is our fall outdoor trip. Um, uh, Probably as most of y'all know, we do a big trip every year. Um, this year, it is going to be at Hospital Boulders. It's in Alabama. Um, we're trying to be a little bit further south because obviously it's going to be early December. It's going to be cold. So we're trying to do it early enough to where it's not too cold. In Alabama, it shouldn't be too bad. Um, closer to, we have a meeting set up to go over the temp ranges, bring up what you need to bring, stuff like that. But date is going to be December 8th to December 12th. We're estimating cost about 125 again because we're going further south. It's also not going to be as expensive. Um, so it should be about 125 per person. That includes coverage for the campsite, getting into rock climb. Um, Most of the food, like unless you eat out, then that's not supplied. Um, as well, if you don't have outdoor gear, things of that nature, we will be supplying that. The club has tents as well, so we will be supplying that. Like the club supplies a fair amount with that 125. Um, but we try to get as many people in this as we can, but there is a limit, unfortunately. And typically we do fill up. So if you are interested, please sign up with that QR code. It should take you to a Google form. Just fill out the information. We'll add you. Um, I believe the due date is November 11th for when you have to have it filled out. Um, but yeah, any questions about anything from the meeting, about this trip, anything?
I do have a question about the trip real quick.
Mhm.
Are we doing a discounted or premium price if you have camping gear and climbing gear and everything? So like for me, I have everything. The only thing I would technically need to pay for would be like the food and like the like splitting our camping site and like all like the group stuff. But like
Um,
individual based stuff I would have.
we do not. We typically keep it at the 125.
That's
Yeah, we do not.
okay. Is what would you like it's in your opinion, how do you want it to be run? Do you want me to pay 125, or do you want me to talk to you and us finding a price? Because I literally have everything, like I just did a cross country trip to California with me and my girlfriend, so like I got it all.
Um, I
I'm fine with whatever answer too, don't
Yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah. I
push.
would say because as far as I know, we've never done that before. The 125, like the gear and stuff, is just gear that we've accumulated over
Hmm.
time. That's not necessarily it's just an addition in the cost, but the
Hmm.
cost covers like the travel, because we will be driving y'all. The like you don't have to worry about the planning anything. It's mainly for that stuff, but also if you don't have that stuff, we can supply it.
Okay, and I didn't know that we were driving, so we're taking like a party bus, school bus kind of deal.
Typically, we usually have a couple members that have like vans or trucks,
Okay, okay,
and we whoever the drivers are, we usually decide at the next meeting for this.
okay,
Um, we, as long as you keep the receipts, the club pays back 100% of the gas.
okay.
So that is completely covered.
Heard. And he said we do go over that next meeting, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to include it in here. It's going to be the week of November 18th when we'll host the meeting.
Okay.
It will be mandatory. You will have to at least either, I don't know if we'll record it, but you will have to watch it to
Okay.
understand what's going on with it.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was curious because I had talked to Kevin and like Elliot about them on like how we run these outdoor climbing trips, and I just had gotten like in like being that this is what is the answer, like coming from this PowerPoint, we had a not conflicting statements, just like some holes within the information, and now it kind of makes a little bit more sense because I told Ellie I was like, I'm just gonna drive up, I'm like I got my car, I'm like I got the Subaru if people want to join, hop in. I'm like I'm just gonna drive, but I didn't know
We,
kind of like carpool it that way.
oh yeah, yeah. We have had members that wanted to drive on their own.
Mm-hmm.
We've had like some members where they leave early, and what
Okay.
we'll do is we pay for their transportation on the way up as long as they're carpooling with people. But like if
Mm-hmm.
you want to leave early, we don't cover that.
Yeah, that's on you. Heard.
Uh,
I did
yeah.
have a quick question. When did you say we had to fill out the form by? I like blanked on when you said it.
No, you're good. I believe it's November 11th, so
Mm-hmm.
it's next
Okay.
Monday.
Okay.
And would we have to pay the 125 now or when we like closer to the date we leave?
So once we, I believe once the form is closed, we will email everybody that is able to go, and then you will send the money. Because like if it does fill and you're one of the later people, we don't want you to send the money. We're like, hey, you didn't make it. Here's your
Yeah.
money back. It just kind of simplifies the process a little bit more.
Okay, and then last question. Are we allowed to sign up for it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet, then
It's
yeah.
just the payment we ask for it later.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of course.
How do we do that?
Anything else? It doesn't have to be about this, but this is our last
Actually,
slide. So, any other
I,
questions?
I will say, what is the amount of people that we have on this trip? You said there was a limited amount, so what is that limited amount?
Limit is usually 10 people.
Dang, okay.
Like usually we get around like 13 or 14 people sign up. So it's not like a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but we do for those last few people, unfortunately, we just can't take them.
So is that we can't take them because just like you slash like the leaders, it's too many heads to keep track of, or UCF itself has kind of a policy against it?
It's UCF's policies for the leaders that we have.
Mm,
So you'll have a trip leader, which will be Sophia.
yeah.
She's our risk manager. Our co-trip leader, um, I don't think we have picked out yet. We see who can make it. Typically, it's one of our other officers that can make that are experienced with this stuff. Um, but we'll have like two head leaders, and they'll kind of head things over.
Okay.
But yeah.
and then I had one more question just about my position since it was a landslide. Um, when would I take over for Ava?
You would be taking over next semester.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
so yeah, you don't have to worry about it right now. Typically, what we try to do with the officer transitions is we'll have like the previous officer and the new officer have a meetup. Y'all can talk, kind of get more of an understanding about how things work, if needed. But yeah, especially because like there's a Google Drive we have to add you to, giving you passwords to stuff as well takes time.
I
So
completely understand. I came
yeah.
prepared to like argue my position because I also am marketing head for a small magazine. So like I get how the
Oh
process kind of
wow.
works. So,
Nice.
but
Yeah,
thank
Well,
you
if you
so
need someone
much.
to run against you, I'll run against you, Shannon. So let's do
No, it's too late. It's too late. Voting's
all right, all
closed.
right. No, hey, here, vote already happened. Vote already happened.
it.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I do have to leave because I'm in a rented library room and I have to leave in 2 minutes.
No, you're good.
Um,
This is probably the end of the meeting unless there's any other
Mhm.
questions. So,
I
all
ain't got
okay,
none.
perfect. Well, I
right.
signed up for the fall trip, so see you guys then.
Awesome. All right. I
Bye.
hope to see y'all then.
All right.
I'm gonna end the
Hey.
recording. Bye.